Hey there and welcome. I am absolutely pumped to dive into this explainer with you today. We're going to break down a really powerful mindset shift, one that completely rewires how we look at fitness, our daily routines, and honestly, our own willpower. The big idea here, just one single hour can literally change the entire trajectory of your life. Sounds wild, right? But let's get right into it and see exactly how this transformation actually happens.
So the text kicks things off by pointing out this universal truth that we kind of always forget. Every single morning, no matter who you are, you wake up with the exact same 24 hours. The CEO, the student, the pro athlete, the total beginner, we all get that exact same block of time. Time is the ultimate equalizer. So right out of the gate, we're forced to ask ourselves a pretty tough question. What are you actually doing with your 24 hours? How are we spending that currency the second our eyes open? Which brings us to our first critical crossroads of the day. Section 1. The daily choice. Snooze or move. The text paints a super clear picture right at the crack of dawn. On one hand, someone smacks the snooze button. They delay. They literally push the day away. On the other hand, the second person just gets up, puts on their shoes, and starts moving. Notice how incredibly mechanical that is? The text doesn't say they wake up feeling like a superhero ready to conquer the world. Nope. It just says they put on their shoes and move. That tiny, almost mindless action, that's exactly where the two paths fundamentally split. Now, look, human nature totally wants to give that second person some sort of special advantage, right? But the text shuts that down fast. The difference isn't talent, it isn't luck. I mean, we love to build in excuses for ourselves. We want to say, oh, they're just naturally a morning person, or they've just got better genetics. The source completely rejects that. It strips away all those external excuses we use to justify hitting snooze ourselves. So if it's not talent, and it's not luck, what is it then? Simple. It's discipline. The text defines discipline as the absolute, rock-solid differentiator between those two people. It's the one deciding factor between staying tangled in those warm bed sheets and actually getting up to move. And there's a really fascinating point made here. Your body is listening to every single choice you make. When you choose discipline over comfort, your body actually registers that win. Moving on to the psychological side of things. Section 2, the engine, motivation versus discipline. What I love here is how incredibly realistic the text is. It doesn't pretend that everything is just sunshine and rainbows once you decide to be disciplined. It straight up acknowledges that, hey, there are going to be days when you are just exhausted, days when you absolutely do not feel motivated. So when that temporary high totally vanishes, what gets you through? What is your backup plan on those tough days? The text gives us this brilliant breakdown. Motivation gets you started. It's the spark. It's that brand new workout playlist, the flashy new gym shoes, that random burst of energy you get on a Monday morning. But discipline is what keeps you going. It's the reliable fuel. It's the thing that takes the wheel on a rainy Thursday morning when your motivation is literally nowhere to be found. Relying on motivation is a trap, guys. Relying on discipline, that's a strategy. And here is where it gets really interesting. The text completely reframes how we look at working out. It doesn't treat exercise as just burning calories or ticking off a chore. It describes every single workout as a promise you keep to yourself. Just pause and think about the psychological weight of that for a second. When you skip a workout, you're not just ditching the gym, you are breaking a fundamental promise to yourself. But when you show up, you are actively building self-trust. And the evidence that you're keeping that promise is just undeniable. First off, like we said earlier, your body is listening. Second, every single drop of sweat is basically a physical receipt of your effort. It is literal, tangible proof that you put in the work. And third, through this whole messy process, you are actively becoming stronger than you were yesterday. The text shows us this real-time, physical feedback loop of self-improvement, and it's honestly so powerful. This leads us to the emotional core of the explainer. Section 3, the paradigm shift, respecting your body. Just one. The text points out that just one single hour in the gym can give you enough confidence to power through your entire day. Talk about a massive return on investment, right? Just 1 hour out of those 24 we talked about at the beginning. 1 hour of disciplined, focused action cascades outward, generating this massive wave of confidence that carries you through the other 23 hours. And yeah, for sure, that 1 hour requires real effort. But the pain you feel today, the burning lungs, the sore muscles, the absolute dread of waking up early, that doesn't just vanish into thin air. It converts.
It directly translates into the strength you carry tomorrow. That temporary discomfort, think of it as just the entry fee you pay for long-term resilience. Okay, this brings us to what is without a doubt the most powerful line in the entire text. Listen to this. Don't exercise because you hate your body. Exercise because you respect it. I mean, wow, that is a massive paradigm shift. So much of modern fitness culture is built on punishment, right? On trying to fix something you hate about yourself. The text flips that completely upside down. It argues that your discipline should be rooted in a deep, fundamental respect for yourself and for what your body can actually do. All right, moving into the final stretch. Section 4, the horizon, the power of consistency. The person you ultimately want to become, they aren't actually out of reach. They are just waiting for you on the other side of consistency. Consistency is literally the only bridge connecting who you are right at this exact moment to that ideal future version of yourself. And the catch is, you can't just cross that bridge once. You have to walk it every single day. So how do we actually go about walking that bridge? Well, the text breaks it down into this rapid-fire, super actionable roadmap. Step 1, stand up. Step 2, take the first step. Step 3, push one more rep. Step 4, run one more mile. It is incredibly grounding. It doesn't scream at you to go conquer the whole world in an afternoon. It just tells you to do the next immediate right thing. Just stand up. Just take one step. Just push one more rep. And then the text drops these 3 absolute non-negotiable commands on us. Start today. Do not wait for some magical Monday or the first of a new month. Stay consistent. Rely on that rock-solid discipline we've been talking about, not that fleeting, flimsy motivation. And never, ever give up, because as long as you keep making that promise to yourself, you keep moving forward. I want to leave you with this final, lingering thought straight from the text. Your future self is counting on you. The choices you make with your 24 hours today are going to dictate the person you become tomorrow. The blueprint is right there in front of us. The mindset shift is crystal clear. So the only question left to answer is, will you start today? Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I seriously challenge you to go make that hour count.